Thank you. Yeah, I actually married my high school sweetheart. We started dating at 15 years old. We dated for 7 years, and when we finished college and both had stable jobs, we got married. We had 2 kids, and my wife's like my best friend. But anyway, we have 2 children. Danny, who's 25, who actually lives in D.C., graduated from George Washington University with honors. And actually, this photo here is a picture of us and me in D.C. My daughter was next to us, but Joe cropped it for me. But that's the cherry blossoms, and we've been going there for 7 years and never saw the cherry blossoms because they only blossomed for about a week. But finally, this year we got to see them, so that was nice. And my daughter's 27. She lives in Buffalo, and she works for Ernst & Young doing IT work. She graduated from Canisius with honors as well. That's a little background about the family. So, the history of how I got into doing remodeling, like I said, I did pool installations. It was like a college summer job. Then I went into ironworking. One of the facets of ironworking was metal framed windows. So I got hooked up with a company that did a lot of window work and put thousands and thousands of windows in, literally. So that was a good introduction for me into like remodeling, because we did all the windows, like in the Williamsville schools. Every single window in the Williamsville schools I put in, with a team of people, but just the scope of the volume. And then when I was a millwright, I was with American Axle, and they had a bunch of different courses you could take. So I took a flooring course, a carpentry course, an electrical course, stuff like that, just to gain more knowledge. And we had rentals when I was younger that I always maintained them, which helped me get into the remodeling business. But American Axle shut down in 2007, so at that point I decided that I was going to go into business doing remodeling. And I did, actually, before I started this business, I remodeled a bunch of my neighbors' bathrooms, and we actually did a lot of exterior painting at one time. We really don't do that anymore. But one whole summer, we just painted basically an entire street. We did one house after the next. And so it got me into the idea of doing remodeling. So we opened my business in March of '08, and I had a bunch of friends that really basically took care of me. They had all the different things they wanted to have done. So they really got me started, and I really owe them, that's a great debt for me, for them. So that really helped me get started, because it's very difficult to get started doing something like remodeling. And actually today, I've been doing it for 10 years, and I think there's less and less people doing this kind of work now, because I get more and more calls, and this is the only way I advertise through BNI, and we are so busy, it's crazy. And actually right now I only have one guy that works with me, and I could have more people, but it's very difficult to find qualified people. So we kept the business smaller, we stick with the quality. I'm always on the job, and I always get compliments from people. We usually go above and beyond what people ask for, which is a great asset for us. But I do have a few slides here, which I didn't know we were going to have. My wife actually talked to Joe, and Joe put this together in the last day or so. So let's see what's on the slides here. We're actually flipping a house in Tonawanda, and this house is about 60 years old, and this is the original bathroom. The people never changed a thing in this bathroom. So what we did, we took out the tub, the old cast iron tub, and can't even see the walls in there, but we put a new tub in. We tiled the walls and the floor, just spruce the place up. We changed, you can't see, but we changed out the windows. That's another thing. We changed all the windows in this house because that's a big deal. I did a job for a lady last year, and she had a specific window she wanted to use. So we're comparing apples to apples. She had another contractor come in and give her a price to do her whole house. We saved her $7,000 over the other contractor. So we're looking to have certain things done. So yeah, let's go to the next slide. And you can see here the walls are all out of shape. We gutted this bathroom right down to the studs. This is the master bath, but we gutted that right down to the studs. And this is the vanity in the other bathroom. We just swapped out. Let's try the next slide. And then this is the original, this is the original kitchen. You can see they had a little pass-through window here. This was originally the back of the house, the back wall of the house, and they put a big addition on the back. So behind there's a big room that's 24 by 16. So what we did, we took this wall out. We put a big laminated beam in 10 feet across, and so now this whole area is wide open. So, and actually when you stand at the front door, you can look right through, and you can see right through into the backyard basically, but it completely opens up that view. It's like an open concept thing, you know? Everybody wants an open concept. And it was funny because my wife, we have a place at Shirkston, and she ran into this guy that was flipping a trailer at Shirkston, right? So it's got the trailer with the Ford room, and the whole thing's wide open. The guy goes, "Open concept, everyone, it's open concept." So we were just joking about that in the trailer park, you know? But anyway, so that really changed the look of the house. Yeah, one more floor. So this is the family room here. They had all these built-in cabinets, which were probably fine years ago, but it was all done probably 50 years ago. This is just the area. This is the back wall of the kitchen that we framed in where the refrigerator is going to go. So we put all new cabinetry in. Let's go to the next slide. So this is the other part of this big family room. It's 24 by 16. It was all paneled. So we just covered the paneling up because there was nothing behind it. It was just the studs and the insulation, so we didn't want to disturb it. So we re-drywalled right over that, replaced these windows. These were two awning windows, and we replaced it with a double slider. That's probably, is that it for the photos? And how much time do I have? 3 minutes? Okay. So yeah, you can totally change the look of the house. And every time we flipped a bunch of houses, and I've been flipping them for different friends, but you always try to look for some way to change the look of the house to bring more value into it, which is you know, sometimes a hard thing to envision. The other thing, we replaced most of the ceilings in this home. You can see this one, they had the 1 foot square tiles, and they had some water damage here that they had repaired before we bought the house. But we put crown molding up in almost every room, recessed lighting in, you know, just to modernize it. We do that a lot though with people that have water damage. We'll put a new ceiling in. A lot of times we'll put recessed lights in while you're modifying the ceiling, and then the crown molding always adds another aspect to it. A couple of things I want to talk about. One thing James Connolly always talks about is if you have the space to add another bathroom in your home, it can add great value to your house, and we can always do that. Add a bathroom for less cost and what it will add to the value of your house. And one other thing too about adding space to your house, the basement's renovations. You can renovate your basement for probably 10% of what it costs you to put an addition on. It's so expensive to put additions on today that a lot of people, instead of putting an addition on, they'll just move and buy a different house. It's more fit for their needs. But if you are looking to add space, you can use your basement at a fraction of the cost. That's always something to consider. And then, okay, who would be good referrals for me? People that are buying or selling, because buyers are always looking to do something to their house. Sellers, a lot of times through the realtors, they'll be told what they should do to the house to maximize their value. Flippers, I'm working with several different people now that are flipping houses, and there's a lot of people that are into it now because the price of homes is escalating again, so a lot of people are buying and selling. And then families, either families with young kids or even empty nesters. When kids move out of the house, a lot of times people want to make the house, you know, customize it to their own specifics now that their kids are gone. So that's my presentation. Thank you.